Then
Yes,
again,
very much so.
are we ever not?
And the obligatory thingamaboob telling us that we must own this game. I do own this game. I own it on Midway Arcade Treasures, which is an awesome game to buy. Go on Amazon.com and see for yourself. It's a classic Bally Midway carpet sweep. Okay, need to set the thingamajig.
Hmm.
I hate how I have to do this every time I start up a game.
Well, that's the way that runs.
But yeah, this is the demo. By the way, is this too loud?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good.
You're good? Okay.
Yes.
Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to turn this down a little bit
If
because
somebody comes in.
it was kind of loud on my side.
Unless
Of
there's
course,
a
my speakers may
delay
just be
between.
giant pussies.
Unless there's a hell of a delay between the check.
And here's the instructions for the game. Isn't that nice? They teach you how to play.
Pull tapper. Kill
Release tapper to change mug. And yes, occasionally the customers will leave tips. And every time an empty mug comes down the pike, you must collect it. Otherwise, it will break and it will cost the owner money. And he will be mad at you, and you'll probably be fired. Yes, buds for you, supposedly. If you notice in the top there, that was indeed a Budweiser logo because this game was in fact endorsed by Budweiser. And I am hoping this does not cost me in the long run. If it is, I apologize. I just love this game. For the home releases, they changed the couple of the labels to root beer, obviously to avoid endorsing a beer game to kids. There's a mean old bandit who is shaking all the glasses. We have no idea which one is the right one to choose, because if you choose wrong, you get beer in your face. And you get a
No.
short amount of time.
Oh no.
I chose poorly.
Hey, would you mind like turning down? I just turned my. I just remembered. I turned my my earphones all the way down.
Okie dokie, I
A
will turn
little
it down
too
a couple more
much.
notches. Let's see
Just
how this sounds.
yeah, that sounds a little better.
So you can
Yay,
hear it.
Oktoberfest.
I'm
Beer
guessing this is
fest.
outside of a sports arena. Hence the basketball players, football players, and baseball players.
Maybe. Oh dear. Ah, get that cash.
I can't get that cash. I've got to concentrate more on the tennis players and the football players, and I'm guessing that's Billy Marin. Oh, and I caused some damage to some glasses. They're not happy with me.
Oop.
Oop, with a little bit of a psst at the end.
Is this like bar game? Like they used to have
This is in
this in
fact
a
a bar
bar?
game. This was made for sale exclusively to bars.
What?
Hence the Budweiser sound. Although I don't quite remember bartenders dressing like that.
I
Especially at
think it
sports
was meant
arenas.
for the was meant to have like the old timey bars, the old timey look. Eh. So, did you ask just to see how old you are? Did you actually play this in a bar?
Huh? Couldn't hear you.
Did you did you actually play this in a bar?
In the arcades?
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically in a bar. No, I did not.
No. Okay.
Sadly, I'm not that old.
Okay. Well, I didn't think you were.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
only
was kind
33.
of, you know.
I am, however, old enough to have played this on the Commodore 64, and that was
The,
back in 1984, 1985, which was not long after this game was made. Ah, my game is over. I made a score of, cheerleader. I made a score of 13,725 points. And I'm going to go ahead and put in my initials because that is my real name. I haven't made up a middle initial for Reese Kane, which is a fake name. Now, what I'm going to do in the meantime is do some more interaction with the chat. I have some trivia for this game if you're
oh,
interested in seeing.
oh my! I think the chat's chat left yawn.
The
That's
chat
it.
left a long time ago, at least the majority of it, except for wonderful people like Funk Radio, Jack Myhov, uh, Mr. Lone Mouse Wolf, and Who Girl.
New girl,
If you are still
please,
there, say hello or just raise your hand.
please.
If you're still awake, please.
See, they some people need need the noise to go to sleep. Yeah.
But yes, what I'm going to do is do some trivia, and this is with the special features of Midway Arcade Treasures. Again, Midway Arcade Treasures is a game for the Sony PlayStation 2, the GameCube, and the Xbox.
Mm.
And this thing, oh my god, how did it end up there? I don't understand. Why? Oh, okay, there we go. I was wondering, why did the playlist go all the way up there? Live, everybody.
Woo!
And more like... Anyway,
Mm.
I'm going to try and arrange this window here. But yes, Midway Arcade Treasures. It's still available on Amazon.com if you look hard enough. Probably for about 10 to 20 bucks, maybe more. Not
I
sure,
like.
but it is worth every penny because you get to play classic arcade games on a console.
Hell, if you look in your your nearest classic game retailer, um, I'm sure you could find it.
You might be lucky enough to find it.
Hmm.
I
Because I
remember...
know I've got one. There's one in St. Louis called V Stock, uh, which is V Video Stock, which sells everything, all kinds of media, like even the printed media. It sells.
Printed media.
Eh?
Printed media.
The printed media, sir. The
What's printed
books.
media?
Books.
Oh, yes, books. Yeah, remember we were talking about that earlier, so yeah. Books are good. So they
Books.
sell everything from cartridges to books to CDs to DVDs.
Yeah. I think they even sell some new stuff through Blu-rays.
Nice.
Nice. And they up front, like in the store, they have like different kinds of different kinds of systems set up. I think the one when I went there last time had a GameCube and a PS2.
Hmm.
But I myself was playing Earthbound Zero, otherwise known as Mother 1,
Aha.
on my
Interesting.
laptop. So there you go. And sometimes I like to I like to play with the frame limiter and switch it off. See, like I go how far I get on the map until something killed me.
I'm sorry, frame limiter?
The frame limiter, yeah, I have it on my laptop. I play it on JNest.
Aha.
Yes,
So what does the frame limiter do?
it basically keeps it down to uh, PAL or NTSC standard.
Oh, okay.
But if you take it off, it will go up to like 999 frames per second.
So it's almost 1,000.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. I've never really paid attention. I've just
Huh?
laughed at how fast it was going.
You thought I was going to scream over 9,000.
And or oh,
Yeah,
everybody
here's.
went to sleep. They're
I'm
not.
pretty sure of it.
Everybody went to sleep. They all have our. They have the the stream open, but
Yeah, sounds like they went to bed or went and got a beer or something. This bad for you.
this spot's for you. Cause I get
The
up,
beer for
make the
me.
donuts, made the donuts, sleep. I get up and make the donuts. I've made the donuts. If you don't know what that is, that's the old Dunkin' Donuts commercial. I don't know if you know.
Dunkin' Donuts?
The old Dunkin' Donuts commercial. There'd be the bald guy and he'd get up and he's like, I make the donuts. I make the donuts. I made the
I
donuts.
make the donuts. I make them tasty.
Mm-hmm.
I sprinkle them sprinkles and then make them tasty. Anyway,
Mm-mm.
ladies and gentlemen, those of you who are still awake, here is some Tapper trivia if you are ready.
But I, you know, I'm certainly ready.
This would be in fact Tapper the trivia section for the Midway Arcade Treasures. You get to learn a lot about the games themselves as to what went into the development of it, what went into the research of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, this one you would know right off the bat. Root Beer Tapper was originally known as just Tapper and initially conceived as a video game that would just be sold to bars. This is checking that you are still paying attention. It was officially licensed product of what company? Budweiser.
Pabst Blue Ribbon. No, Budweiser.
That would in fact be Budweiser.
That'd be Budweiser. And the way that came about was Scott and I came up with an idea for a bar game, and we
Is that
were
too loud,
intrigued
by
by
the
the
way?
idea of sliding beers and empty
Wow.
mugs down a bar, and what kind of
Nah,
action we
nah,
would get
it's
with
not
the
that bad.
bartender,
Okay, just making
and
sure.
some angry customers or some happy customers. And we did some initial design work on that, and we went to Bally Midway, and there was a fellow at Bally Midway who was very good at getting licenses. I think his name was Tom Neiman, and he went out and talked to Budweiser in St. Louis, got them excited, and we all went down and talked to them some more. and Budweiser was on board.
The Tapper arcade game included what unique features to attract the beer-drinking video game players? A. A side-mounted pony keg. B. Towel dispensers and coin door that doubled as a bottle opener. Or C. Mounted cup holders and brass rail footrest.
Uh, Side mounted pony keg?
Is that your final answer, sir?
You're gonna say that for everyone, aren't you?
Is that your final answer, Mr. Poole?
um,
Mr. Poole!
yes.
Valley Midway at the time had really good cabinet people, so we suggested a cabinet that looked like a bar. They put a brass rail at the bottom of the cabinet where you could rest your foot while you're sitting on a stool playing the game. They put metal cup holders on the control panel where you could rest your drink, preferably a Budweiser. And the Budweiser tappers looked like, or the tappers to pour beer actually looked like Budweiser tappers. For the root beer version, they changed the cabinet just slightly, where they put some extra stickers on the cabinet to say root beer, and that they changed the Budweiser logos to root beer logos.
Tapper was first play-tested in public at what Rush Street bar in Chicago? T.J. McGillicuddy's, the Snuggery, or the Czar bar?
Hmm. I want to say T.J. McGillicuddy's, but I'm not sure
T.J.
because
McGillicuddy's.
but
What?
the but the Czar bar. So I'm pretty sure the Snuggery. No. Weston. I'll just go with T.J. McGillicuddy's because it's Irish.
Okay, let's see what they say.
Well, we tested Tapper first in the Snuggery, and that was a new kind of testing for us. We'd previously only tested in arcades, and so I think Scott and I really enjoyed an opportunity to go test this in the evenings at the Snuggery, and it was exciting for us to watch players who were having a good time in the bar kind of wander over and get excited about a beer drinking game, a Budweiser game, and we enjoyed watching them, and we learned a lot from those initial tests. We knew we had a winner when we watched people play.
Game designer Scott Morrison listened to what group of bands during the creation of Tapper that went on to inspire Tapper's third bar? A. REO Speedwagon, Journey, Loverboy, and Night Ranger. B. Kenny Rogers, the Gatlin Brothers, Jimmy Buffett, and Jerry Reed. Or C. Devo, Talking Heads, Ramones, and Dead Kennedys.
It sounds like B because there are a shit ton of country and southern fried rock songs
I should
about
probably point
drinking.
out I should probably point out that level 3 is in fact a college frat party.
Oh, a college frat party. Oh, okay. Um,
Keep in mind this is the early 80s.
Early '80s. So A,
Very early.
REO, REO.
REO Speedwagon, Loverboy, Night Ranger, and Journey. Let's see what the answer is. Come on, move down the cursor. I know you're recording, but still.
I've always had sort of an eclectic taste in music. In college, I got into a lot of alternative stuff. I was a big
Oh,
fan of Devo and Talking Heads, the Ramones. I used to listen to that a lot in my office while I was designing the characters. I had a lot of fun putting safety pins through their heads and mohawks on the characters. And most of the other designers on the project didn't really care for that kind of stuff, so I tried to keep it to myself as much as possible. But it was kind of fun to bring the music scene of the time and put it into the video game. It kind of dates the whole piece.
Tapper programmer Steve Meyer also worked on what other quirky early 80s video games? A. A game where you must frantically set up dominoes. B, a game where you play as a logger who rolls logs, chops down trees, and tries to knock trees into other loggers. Or C, all of the above.
C.
Survey says
Well, we worked on several together. The first one was Domino Man. I had a minor role in that, but I think Rich and Elaine Ditton were really the drivers on that one. And then after that, I worked on a game called Wacko with Scott. We were matching aliens and mismatching aliens, and it was really a lot of fun. You get some interesting combinations. I still look back, and I like that game very, very much. And then we came up with an interesting idea of a two-player competitive game, which was one of the first. There were a few that preceded it, but you were a logger and you were playing against another logger trying to knock trees on each other. And we had a log rolling round in there, and we really had a lot of fun with that one. It was almost in the same vein as Tapper, but a little bit different play mechanics. So we worked on some interesting stuff.
A friend of mine would not have found that funny because he had a tree hit him. But anyway,
Tapper has an Easter egg that displays the creator's initials when you do the following. Hold all of the joysticks down and push the 1 and 2 player start buttons at the same time. This trick will only work when the game is in what mode? A, the cowboy bar, B, the attract mode, or C, the bonus round?
the attract mode. They gave it away. The mode.
Let's see
No
what the
round.
creator
The mode.
says.
Back in those days, creators of games were really not allowed to put their names or credits into the game, so we kind of snuck it in as an Easter egg. We really weren't supposed to, but we did anyways. During the attract scene, while the word tapper is filling up with liquid, either beer or root beer, if you're holding all the controls down and press the player 1 start and player 2 start at the same time, our credits will come up on the screen.
What innovative feature was created but never made it into the final version of the game? A tournament competition version of the game that dispensed beer every time you won a round. B, a molded plastic cabinet shaped like a beer keg. Or C, a digitized sound chip that emitted recorded burps from the programmers drinking beer.
Um. Oh, I want to say C, but mm,
Wouldn't it be funny if there was an A?
yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, it's C.
The arcade game would have to practically be inside of a fridge.
Yeah, pretty much. No, no, there could be a fridge unit, you know, and every time they're out, beer, you know, people
Just
would,
say out of order and call attendant.
yeah, pretty much. And they put another keg in there and be all right.
Let's see what the answer is.
We're designing all the characters for the game. We had a lot of fun animations, and after they would drink the beers, some of them would burp. We thought, wouldn't that be a kick to have a burp sound in the game? So we contacted Texas Instruments to see if they had any kind of speech chips that we could do to use for the game. They had a speech specialist at the time who brought us over to their office, supplied us with a 6-pack of beer. We all sat around a microphone drinking beer and belching into it. And we ended up with a pretty neat chip full of our belches. We put it in the game, and after almost every beer they would belch, and it was very, very funny, but it got pretty obnoxious, and we all decided that Budweiser probably wouldn't be too thrilled with the idea, so we scrapped it.
Oh well.
But yeah, that's the trivia.
Well then.
You learn a new little thing every single day.
Yep.
Just for the
All
heck of it,
right.
I'm going to try one more round, and then I'm going to wrap it up for the night.
Alrighty.
Get ready to serve!
Good. Ow!
Fun fact, if you grab enough tips, eventually there'll be dancing girls on the top of the screen replacing the Budweiser logo, which will distract your customers long enough to serve them all beer.
That's awesome.
Watch closely. Which one do you think it might be?
Crackers. There it is. Good buds for you. 300, 3,000 bucks. 1, 2, 3.
Sadly, it does not get me an extra life yet.
Oh, the left tip, but
A little too many at once.
whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh,
It might be a little easier if this was done with an actual tapper, but probably not.
probably not, because you'd be drunk off your ass.
I would be flinging them like, well, not exactly fast enough.
Not exactly fast enough.
Just
You'd
for
be
the heck
like,
of it, I'm going to show you just what happens when a customer reaches the end of the bar. Come on,
fuck you.
come to Daddy,
Come on.
come to
You.
Big Daddy Kane.
He comes up, and you hear him out.
You're out of here.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of cheats do we have here? Invincibility. Glasses will continue on their journey until collected and you won't get pulled down the bar. The overall effect can be quite strange. What was the rest of it? Quite strange, there's only so many glass sprites to go around, so you might have to collect some empties to pull some more.
Yup.
The non-stop dancing girls cheat doesn't start until after you get the money. Also, new customers are not distracted by them. So
Oh.
it's not entirely a cheat.
But the
So
problem is, you're. That
just to
sucks.
show what the rest of the levels are, I'm going to go ahead and reset the game here. And soon as that pops up, I'm going to select the starting level. And it's... Ah, it crashed on me. Ah, crap.
You,
No?
you gotta do
What?
the 1 or 2 player
It
screen.
didn't crash. Oh, crap. For a moment, I thought it was going to crash.
1 or 2.
But yeah, we're going to set the starting level to 3 so I can show you the college frat party. Get ready to serve. Oh, what?
What?
That's not right at all. Start
That's not
over.
a party.
Hang on.
Oops.
That might be a college frat party if in maybe, I don't know, Texas. I doubt it.
1864.
1864. Okay, you should enable this chill on the two player screen after credits have been inserted. Okay, so I have to do this first. Okay, then enable the cheat. After credits have been inserted. Okay.
There you go.
Select starting level. Activated.
Okay.
Let's do this. It's still not doing it. What the hell? Can I run outside? No, I can't. Select current level. Okay, that's 3. That's not what I'm looking for. Uh, infinite,
Okay, I
infinite
think
lives. Infinite lives. Current level. I think that would be level 6.
okay, they have 2 levels. One, two.
Here we go. Here's the college party.
Yeah, there you go.
It's a little easier to see if you're playing it in person, because this stream does not do it justice, unfortunately. But yeah, you can see the safety pins, you can see the mohawks, and just all out 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheat. Select next level. I think it's level 8. I could be wrong.
So you get.
Let's let him run me through the bar here.
Oh, she.
Crap, I'm still at the frat party. Okay. Maybe it's the next one. Come on. Return the game. There we go. College frat party. I'm still at the frat party, only it's reversed, because that is different. But not really.
That's totally different. Probably another one.
It's different, but not really.
11.
And
Probably.
notice how they're moving faster than the Cowboys and the football players.
You probably, is that it?
Here we go. This is the last level of the bunch.
Space.
Space!
Space! That Romulan ale. Get it? It should be blue.
I thought Romulan was green.
I thought it was blue.
Green like their blood. Here's my question. Why do aliens drink Budweiser?
That's what I want to know.
Suddenly I
Because,
imagine
LOL.
suddenly I imagine 3 aliens instead of 3 frogs saying Bud Rise.
34.
But
Huh.
yeah, that's the last level of the game, and it repeats back to the cowboy bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Tapper.
That is Tapper. It looks cool.
Serve 1 beer on this level now. There is a...
Surf 1 beer. Slider controls. Dip switches? We're getting back with the dip switches.
Evidently there's a chicken in space. I was not aware of this.